What's up, guys? Welcome to Cara's Cucina, YouTube's first and only Emmy-nominated cooking show. I'm Cara Di Falco, and I am so happy to have my good friend, Chef Mike Carrino, back in the Cucina with us today. He's going to show us a great dish. Mike, thanks so much for coming and hanging out once again. What are we making today? Because you have all kinds of goodies that are here with us.
So we're gonna do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a red curry duck.
Oh my goodness.
So it's like one of my favorite things to make for myself, not necessarily something I've ever made in any of the restaurants.
In any of the restaurants. I like
But
that though.
It's pretty easy. It sounds a little intimidating.
It sounds intimidating, it does.
But it's pretty easy.
Okay.
So, and it's a lot of fun. So
ingredients, what are we working with?
So we have duck.
Okay.
Duck breast.
Duck breast.
We're gonna make a little rice
Okay.
to go with it. I'm gonna make it pilaf style.
Okay.
With jasmine rice.
Okay.
And then the ingredients for the actual curry are onions, it's potato, tomato, chilies, ginger, garlic, lime, and a little curry paste.
Okay.
So red curry paste is the one I like to use.
And all this stuff is pretty easy actually to find at grocery stores for the most part. Even the duck, the curry paste, all those things are going to be available.
I mean, you want a one-stop shop, find a local Asian market.
An Asian market?
Yeah,
okay.
There's a really great one that I go to. It's in Bloomfield. It's called East West.
Okay.
And you can pretty much get everything in one shop.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's our first step? We have some chicken stock heating up?
Chicken stock here, and we're heating up this pan here. So the first thing we want to do is we want to put that duck in.
Okay.
So we want to get that rendering. All right, so we're just going to do a little bit of salt on the duck. No fat or anything in the pan. You want to do a dry pan, and you just want to let that just render.
Okay.
It's going to take a little while.
Okay.
So while we do that, then we can start with the rice. So you get one of two ways. You do hot stock into the rice and then cover. We're gonna heat the stock and then just drop the rice in. So we're just gonna bring this up till it's hot. We're gonna also season that. We'll put a little bit of salt in with that. Give that a little stir. You can do this with water. You can do it with duck stock. If you have a whole duck, break it down. Obviously you wanna make stock out of it. You don't wanna waste anything. But chicken stock, you could use collagen or whatever.
Whatever you get at the store,
works,
yeah.
But something light.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's going to color the rice.
Okay.
Unless you want that, which is also fine. So I'm going to turn this down a little bit. So nice and slow and low on that duck, just to render out all that fat. Okay, so once this comes up to like a simmer, we're going to turn that off. We're going to put the rice in. Just give that a little stir so it's nice and even. If you have a lid, great. If not, a little bit of foil.
Good old-fashioned foil that works
Good
just fine.
old-fashioned foil. Don't burn yourself. Just want to make it good and tight. And then we're going to take that and we're going to go into the oven.
Okay.
All right. You could do about 350, 375. Actually, we turn that down just a little bit. And then it's going to take about 20 minutes, all right, for something that small. So that's that. So next, we just get right into the curry.
Okay.
So what I'm going to ask you to do, while I'm going to talk along.
Yes.
So you're going to do the scallions,
Okay.
basil, and the culantro.
Can you talk a little bit about this? Because this is a little new to me, and I'm sure to some other people as well.
It's an herb. It's very similar to cilantro. I think it's a little milder.
Okay.
So I use a lot more of it.
Okay.
But it has a really interesting, cool flavor, and that's used a lot in Vietnamese cooking. A lot of times when I get pho, they'll give me that on the side to rip up and put in, along with the basil. Has a really nice element to the dish.
Okay.
So I find it at the market, and I love it. Latin markets have them as well. It's really rare. So it's spelled Culantro.
Okay. Okay. Very cool.
So it's really, really nice.
If for whatever reason someone couldn't find this, regular cilantro would work.
Right. So what we're gonna do with this is we're just gonna use the top part.
Okay.
Right? And then just chiffonade that.
Okay.
And you're gonna pick that basil and chiffonade that. And then we're gonna do kind of a slice on those scallions as bias.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna start over here. So we're gonna do white onion. You don't need a ton. So again, this is like one of the things that I really enjoyed making for myself. It's also gluten-free, which is nice.
Very good.
Right?
Yes.
You could also do it if you don't want to do it with rice. You can do it with rice noodles, brown rice, or no starch at all. Doesn't necessarily have to have any of that element.
Very cool.
All right, so
Am I good on this?
Yeah, that's good. Check it. Yeah. So you're gonna get quite a bit. So the point is nice and slow. You want to render all the fat out. You're gonna end up stewing it anyway, so crispy isn't necessarily our goal.
Okay.
But if you were just rendering a duck breast for yourself, that's how you're gonna do it. Nice and slow, low heat. So once you get a nice golden brown like that, flip it over. You can actually turn the heat off. Just let it finish in the pan in the off heat. If you wanted it to go all the way, you could put it in the oven and finish it off. Obviously, if you want your duck breast medium rare, if you're just eating it straight, that's how you would go. We're gonna end up stewing it anyway, so it's gonna cook all the way through. So again, this is just to render out that fat.
Okay.
You wanna do the ginger?
What am I doing with it?
Okay, so I have this cool thing. It's a little.
Oh, you have this thing. Okay.
I do. So there's a lot of ways you can do ginger. You can do it on a grater, on a microplane. You can hand cut it. This thing is great because it's like kind of just foolproof.
Yeah, this is just.
So
I mean, this is
like
really interesting. So there's no. It's just ceramic. I was gonna say.
It's just a piece of ceramic. Yeah. It's got those nubs on it. It's kind of like it's kind of like a reverse cheese grater because it doesn't have any holes. So yes, this is really neat. So you just take your ginger and
Look at that. Now you had another tip for anybody who doesn't have one of these about the cheese grater, right?
right. So if you have it, a standard. So there you go. It's
Wow, look at that.
Pretty neat. So if you have a standard cheese grater, and you take a little bit of saran wrap, and you cover the side that you would grate like the pecorino. Just grate the ginger right over that. And you can peel the plastic off, and then the back of the knife. Kind of
Just slide it right off.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Ginger always scares people. Cheese graters scare people.
Cheese graters scale people. Exactly. It's true though.
All right, and then you want to just slice really thin the garlic. All right.
Okay.
So now we cook.
Okay.
We're going to utilize that duck fat, so we don't have to use any extra oil.
Very nice.
All right. Everything has a purpose. There's a purpose for everything. Okay. So again, this is so easy. It's silly, to be honest.
So it's really just chopping is the project portion of this.
It's really just chopping. It's like there is kind of a method, I suppose. So what we'll do is we'll start with the garlic.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna slide that in. And if you are at your Asian food mart, you can get one of these really cool, super long chopsticks if you want to look authentic and whatnot. And then we will go with the scallions.
Okay.
Perfect. Ginger, and we have some chilies. You can use some Thai chilies or Serrano chilies or whatever chilies you like. Obviously, just be conscious on how hot they are
Yes.
and what level of spice
And
you
how
want to have.
spicy you want your dish to be.
Exactly. Okay, and we're gonna go right in with the onion. This is white onion and red onion. And then we have some tomato.
All right, now I have to ask, because you said you like to make this for yourself. You've got kids though. Will your kids eat this too?
One of them will.
One of them will? I was gonna say, because I know your kids are good eaters for the most part.
One of them is. my son is very experimental. He'll try. Of course, with him, we dial back on the chilies.
Right.
My daughter not so much. My daughter will eat the duck, though. She'll tear up some duck. But it's everything else
That's just,
involved.
it's the veggies you can't get her, huh?
That's a big no-no. Yeah. Duck? Yeah, Daddy, I'll have duck. Everything else? No. Okay. So now, my favorite part, make a little spot in the center there. And we have a little bit of this Thai red curry paste.
Okay.
It's really nice.
Yeah. So really rich flavor, earthy, a little bit.
About a teaspoon of that, a little more. Heaping teaspoon. And kind of just mix that in. I like to cook it down a little bit. Just, it activates the oils that are in there because it's made of chilies and garlic and spices. There's some dried fish in there, like dried shrimps, dried anchovies. Opens up, the heat will open up the oils in that. So you start seeing the color changing there. Add just a pinch of salt to that. Open up those onions. Yeah, perfect. So the curry paste has salt, has salinity.
Yes.
So you want to be really careful with your salt. We salted the duck. Duck fat in its own right is a little salty. Say that. You definitely don't need a lot of seasoning in this. It really comes from the curry, and then the basil and the culantro spices. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so from there, I'm going to add a little bit more of that chicken stock.
Okay.
Just enough to cover. Maybe about just under a cup. And of course, we'll have a recipe for you. Mix that all in, get all that goodness, and add a little bit of coconut milk. Again, you can find it at your Asian market.
Yes.
I like, it's not coconut cream, it still is coconut milk, but when it gets cold, it nice and thickens. You have a lot of that coconut fat in there. So this also, there's no dairy in this, no butter.
Right.
This is very weird for me. Some kind of a butter freak. So 2 nice spoonfuls of that.
Yeah, I love coconut milk just as a dairy alternate in general because it has all that fat and makes it still has that.
It's that texture.
Yeah.
I'm actually a fan of oat milk.
Yes, we started drinking oat milk too.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my new things. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit of lime juice. Juice of 1 lime should be good. Okay. And now you can go right in with those
all these herbs.
Mm-hmm. All those herbs. Oh yeah. Oh yes.
That is
It's
gorgeous.
so simple, and it's people are so afraid. Okay, and then we're going to take our duck and we can however you like, with this because it is going to be a stew. So I just like kind of nice slices like that.
Okay.
Of course for the chef.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God.
And you could put as little or as much as you want into it. As it cooks, it's just going to make it a little more tender as we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that all in there. Except that one. Not mine.
It's quality control.
That's right.
You gotta double check.
To simmer. Now, we just kind of let the magic happen.
So it just hangs out for a little while.
Hangs out for a little bit, and we want to have a little reduction there.
Okay.
Really, you wait until the potatoes are cooked.
Okay.
Because we have those potato in there. It should take about 7 minutes. 7 to 10 minutes, because they're cut nice and small. Let that simmer in. All those flavors are going to macerate together. All that curry, those herbs. Nice. Check it for salt. A little salt.
Little salt?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one of the other things that people forget to do when they cook at home is just taste as they go, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Again, you don't want to, you're reducing, so that kind of concentrates
Compounds the flavor.
Concentrates the salt, concentrates all the flavors, so we don't want to mess with it too much. But now, there's still a little bit of that duck fat left on the duck, so that's going to render in there as well. It's going to make everything nice. And now we just wait a minute.
Okay. Okay, a couple minutes. This is rendered. You just pulled the rice out of the oven?
Yes.
So
Rice is ready. This is good. It's rendered, reduced. Potatoes are cooked. Again, that's really what you're looking for, is to get those potatoes cooked all the way, and then a little reduction so it kind of thickens, but you still want it to be stewy.
Okay.
Right? You still want to have that liquid and that sauce in there. That's really important. So yeah, so our rice comes out beautiful, pilaf style.
Nice
You know,
and
a
easy.
lot of countries like Vietnam, you know, were occupied by the French, so a lot of their methods.
Yeah.
Nice and light. Yeah, nice.
Look at that.
Yeah. So
that's our base then.
So yeah, so we're gonna do a nice little bit of rice right down the center. All right. And to finish, I like to do some bamboo shoots in there. All right. And then a little bit of pineapple. Just get it right here. Just this is good for, you know, 2 and then maybe a snack. And then if you have a little extra scallions, just do some nice thin scallion. I like the white, the green, the dark green.
Yeah.
Like all of it. Each part of that green onion has a different
flavor
and texture. But you can never have enough green onion. And then take a nice little wedge of lime. You have red curry duck.
This
Thai red curry
is
duck.
gorgeous. So this looks beautiful, so I have to dive in.
Yeah, I'm
see.
getting in there too.
Oh my gosh.
That's
So much flavor. Wow.
Yeah.
It does have a little zing.
We got a little kick to it. That's okay.
It is.
It's good on a cold day.
It is, absolutely. And it'll clear up any potential.
Coronavirus.
Great, there you go. You will not, actually, you know what? There is enough anti-inflammatory ingredients in there, you will not catch anything with this dish. That is
right.
for damn sure.
That's right.
Chef, as always, it's always a pleasure to have
Thank
you
you
come hang out
very
with us.
much.
I always love the dishes that you share with us. It's always something fun and unique. Guys, the recipe will be at caradifalco.com. You can follow him Instagram at Chef
Mike Carrino.
at Mike Carrino. We'll get you guys linked up in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, hit that like button if you like the recipe. Please subscribe if you like the channel. I will see you guys next week. Bon appetit.